What's up, Soul Family, and everyone out there in the world? This is Moonology Tarot, and this is going to be a general reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mercury's for the first half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. Now, I hope all your Geminis had a good Scorpio season, and all would as well for y'all during Sagittarius season. With that being said, let's talk about what the Sun represents and what it represents being in Sagittarius. So the Sun is, of course, our actions, our viewpoints, how we see the world around us, as well as correlates to our wants, and is going to be the energies of Sagittarius, which Sagittarius is mutable fire, being mutable and adaptable to our own and other people's ways of seeing and feeling the emotions. And Sagittarius itself was born out of the 9th house of higher education, wisdom, and long-distance travel. Now, you Gemini are mutable air, which is being mutable and adaptable to your own and other people's ways of thinking and communicating. And Gemini itself was born out of the 3rd house of people, places, things that are familiar to you, as well as local surroundings or anything in arm's reach. So, with it being in the Sun being in Sagittarius, and you being Gemini Suns, you're going to be seen as either the balance or the opposite of what we need to do or how we should act during this time. Now, Gemini Moons, this is what you're going to be attracting. You're going to be attracting others who either are balancing you out or complete opposite towards you during this time. So, with that being said, I'm going to shuffle the Universal Tarot deck a few more times, and I'll pull 9 cards plus an overall from said Universal Tarot deck, and then move on to the Waite deck for clarifications, and then move on to the Moonology Oracle deck to see what Mother Moon has to say to you through me to end the reading off. So, let's see what's going on for you. I'll give this deck one more shuffle and we will begin. So, your overall energies for the reading is the 4 card, which is Aries energies. So you could be dealing with Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars, or have Aries in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. But overall, you are entering a new beginning or a new chapter in your life, and with new beginnings and new chapters, don't be afraid or feel the unknown. Which feel is just you as a spirit being no shape, no form, creating and agreeing with negative thoughts and feelings. So instead, create higher perspectives and create and agree with higher positive thoughts and feelings moving forward during this time. Because with every new beginning comes that sense of unknownness. So, but also take risks when necessary, but don't take illogical risks as well. Now, with the first card for the Universal Tarot that they get is the 4 of Swords, which is talking about you resting, meditating, and pondering. Keep in mind that meditating is either focusing on one specific thing and pondering on that one specific thing, or liberating yourself from all thoughts and feelings. But overall, you are taking that time to step back during this time and reevaluate your life and how you want to proceed forward, moving forward during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. Now, your second card from the Universal Tarot deck that you get is the Emperor card, which is Aries energy. So you can begin with an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars, or have Aries in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. Or you are taking power and control over your life during this time, and what it is that you want to desire to do moving forward during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. Now, your 3rd card from the Universal Tarot deck that you get is the 5 of Wands. So I see minor conflict. There's not major conflict like the 10 of Swords or the 10 of Wands, which the 10 of Wands is more like burdens or feeling burden or carrying responsibilities that may feel like burdens. but the Five of Wands is minor conflict. As you can see here, the man is training the dragon how to breathe fire. So as long as you take the time to solve this minor conflict, it is solvable for you during the first half of the sun transition sign of Sagittarius. Now your fourth card for the Universal Sagittarius deck that you get is the Ten of Pentacles. So overall in your life, you have everything that you want in the material world, and you're very sufficient during this time. So keep that in mind while moving forward during the first half of the sun transition sign of Sagittarius, that you do in fact have everything that you want in the material world. So let that be the backbone for you while you're solving this conflict and entering this new beginning in your life. Now your fifth card for the Universal Sagittarius deck that you get is the Page of Cups, which the Page of Cups is talking about you dealing with unstable waters, or aka unstable emotions. So do your best to understand and understand that these emotions are not you, so that you can create and agree with positive thoughts and feelings, so you can open yourself up in a more open way, instead of letting these emotions get to you. Alright? So, with that being said, don't let these emotions get to you, but instead open yourself up more, and don't be too introverted during this time. The introvertedness could be coming from this new beginning, as well as this minor conflict that you are dealing with. Don't let that affect you in a negative way moving forward. Now with this sixth card for the Universal Sagittarius that they get is the Death card, which is Scorpio energy. So you can begin with the Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars, or have Scorpio in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the sun transition sign of Sagittarius. But overall, you are in a transformation. You are going through a transformation in your life. Just don't be scared or fear this transformation moving forward. Keep in mind, like I said, that fear is just you as a spirit, being no thing, no shape, no form, creating and agreeing with negative thoughts and feelings. So create and agree with positive thoughts and feelings during this time moving forward through this new beginning. Now with the seventh card for the Universal Sagittarius deck that you get is the Eight of Cups, which the Eight of Cups is talking about you walking away from something that no longer emotionally serves you, either indefinitely or temporarily. So, but just make sure that you are not walking away from something that is serving you during this time, due to fear or overthinking things. Because the Four of Swords is resting, but it can also make you overthink if you ponder too much. But you are walking away from something emotionally altogether, either temporarily or indefinitely, like I said. Now your eighth card for the Universal Sagittarius that you get is the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. So there is not the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. So with that being said, you are getting a spark of a new passionate idea. Keep putting energy work into this new passionate idea, especially if it's for the benefit of your well-being and your highest good moving forward during this time. Now with the ninth card from the Universal Sagittarius that you get is the Hermit card, which is Virgo energy. So you begin with the Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury, or have Virgo in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the sun transition sign of Sagittarius. But overall, you are going within, following your intuition, following your inner guidance, and that is allowing you to understand and understand how to proceed forward during this time. Okay, so I see a new beginning. I see you really taking a step back on how you want to, and pondering on how do you want to proceed forward. I do see you taking power control over your life. There's some minor conflict, but everything is well in the material world. Just make sure that you open yourself more openly and don't let that introverted feeling get in the way. While you're going through a transformation, you are walking away from something emotionally, either temporarily or indefinitely, but you do have a spark of a new idea that you're very passionate about. Seeing you put energy work into that, especially for the betterment of your well-being, as well as listening to your inner guidance and your intuition moving forward. So, let's see what you guys got going on with the clarification. Starting off with the 4 card. So the 4 is clarified by the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is talking about minor conflict. So there is definitely minor conflict going on with two Five of Wands showing up. So, but like I said, this minor conflict is just that, is minor conflict. As you can see here, the kids are not really attacking each other, they're more like playing around. This guy over here is not even swinging at anything, he's just lifting it up, lifting the wand up. So it's minor conflict, but this minor conflict is going to put you into a new beginning after you solve it. So just keep that in mind, that you are entering a new beginning, a new chapter in your life during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. Now with the Four of Swords, the Four of Swords is clarified by the Lover's card, which is Gemini energy, so that you are standing in your power with the Lover's card showing up. So I feel like you have a grasp of what you need to do proceeding forward. But with the Lover's card clarifying the Four of Swords, you are either dealing with the soulmate or twin flame, really pondering about that soulmate or twin flame energy, or you listening to your higher self and really taking a step back to really focus on what your higher self is attempting to tell you. Keep in mind that even though this is your energy, you could be dealing with a fellow Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury, or have Gemini somewhere else in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the Sun transitioning the sign of Sagittarius. But like I said, you are taking that step back and pondering on how to proceed forward through dealing with this soulmate or twin flame, or you listening to your higher self. Now with the Emperor card, the Emperor card is clarified by the War card, which is Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo energy. So you can deal with an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Saturn, a Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars, or have one of these energies in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. And overall, you are completing a karmic cycle and completing a cycle of your life. But again, with the new cycle, with the completion of one cycle comes the beginning of other cycles. So with life in general, it's always an uphill battle, but some days are better than others. But with the War card clarifying the Emperor, by you completing this karmic cycle, you are taking power and control over your life and what it is that you wanted to do and desiring to do during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. Now with the Five of Wands, the Five of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Wands, which is talking about you passionately going after what you want inside during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. So, you're not necessarily caring about other people's thoughts and feelings, but you are caring about them, but just not the thoughts and feelings, like I said. But you are, this is where the minor conflict is coming from, is really passionately going after what you want and desire. So, do what's best for you and the betterment of your well-being and your highest good moving forward during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. Now with the Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Hangman, which is Pisces energy. So you could be dealing with the Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Jupiter, or have Pisces in your chart, and if so, these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. But you are having a new perspective, or you are in a stagnant energy. But with the clarifying the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like you're having a change of perspective, because you are in the energies of having everything that you want and need in the material world moving forward during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. Now with the Page of Cups is clarified by the Page of Cups. So this is just another reminder to not let those unstable waters or unstable emotions get the best of you and put you into that introverted space, but instead open yourself up and become more open without letting these unstable emotions affect you in a negative way during the first half of the Sun transition the sign of Sagittarius. Now with the Death card is clarified by the Chariot card, which is Cancer energy. So you begin with the Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or have Cancer in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the Sun transition the sign of Sagittarius. But with the Chariot card clarifying the Death card, by you taking, you are moving emotionally towards what you want and desire, which is putting you in that energy of transformation. You may need to transform some things in your life to really go after what you want and desire in the emotional world with the chariot clarifying death card. So transform as necessary and do what's best for you and the betterment of your well-being and your highest self moving forward during the fourth half of the sun transition in this sign of Sagittarius. Now with the Eight of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, which the Ten of Pentacles is talking about having everything that you want in the material world. So with two Ten of Pentacles showing up, you do have everything that you want and need in the material world. It's very sufficient in the material world. But you are more, with the Ten of Pentacles clarifying the Eight of Cups, are you walking away from things that no longer serve you? Emotionally, you are stepping into a place of having everything that you want and need in the material world for yourself during this time. Now with the Ace of Wands is clarified by the Tower, which the Tower card is Scorpio energy, so you could be dealing with the Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars, or has Scorpio in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. But overall, you are going through a tower moment and destroying of the old and clearing anything out that no longer serves you. But from this tower moment, you are going to get a spark of a new passion and idea for yourself moving forward during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. And then last but not least, with the Hermit card is clarified by the Fool card, which is Aries energy. So you can begin with an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars, or have Aries in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. But you are overall entering that new beginning, like the overall energy is, which is also the Fool card. So everything just wraps around for a circle. You just need to not let this introverted feeling of by you dealing with unstable emotions get the best of you, and do what's best for your higher self and the betterment of your well-being moving forward and embracing this new beginning for yourself. So keep following your intuition during this time, and once again, do what's best for yourself during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, let's move on to the Moonology Oracle deck to see what Mother Moon has to say to you through me to end the reading off. So, just one more shuffle and you will see what Mother Moon has to say. So, your first card from Mother Moon to you through me is North Node, step out of your comfort zone. So step out of your comfort zone at this time. So that could be what the minor conflict is talking about, is with you having to embrace this new beginning and really step out of your comfort zone during this time. But if you step out of your comfort zone, you are going to enter a very positive beginning. But it has to involve you stepping out of your comfort zone during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now with the second card from Mother Moon to you through me is Decimating Moon, take time to breathe out. So during this transformation and this new beginning, take the time to breathe out and really calm yourself, either through meditation or clearing away all thoughts and feelings, or and really breathing and taking that time to breathe out during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Don't overwork yourself or overstress yourself during this time as well. Now your last card, but definitely not least, for Mother Moon to you through me is Full Moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. So your dreams need a practical plan during this time. So be practical about what it is that you got going on for yourself and what it is that you want and deciding to do for moving forward during the first half of the sun in Sagittarius, and be practical about what it is that you are doing for yourself during this time. Alright? So, like the card says, your dreams need a practical plan. So don't just go after your dreams willy-nilly, but be practical about going after your dreams and have a practical plan on how to proceed forward during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. And with that being said, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising in Mercury, that'll be all for yours general reading. I hope this helped. I hope this brought clarity or aided you in any way. Shout out to the whole Soul family. Shout out to Dog Wild Man. Y'all be blessed. Remember that you'll never be less. Y'all take care and